Zebec Army, ZBCN investors, I've got an update for you, and you might want to pay attention, or you might want to just hate me for it. I don't know. A few days ago, as you know, I said that Zebec wasn't going to do well because of the management. I don't like their style, and the evidence has been clear for all to see. You can see Zebec has been doing nothing but go down. In fact, most of you pumped, or you dumped it after the news that I said that Zebec just wasn't what I thought it was. The management, the technology is amazing. We love the technology and we hope the management get replaced. But there it is. It went down, and as we got to the event that I didn't want to be part of, I wanted to do it online so it would bring it to more people, not behind closed doors. I reported that. You all turned against me, started shouting and swearing at me on X. But you know, I'm not bothered. I tried to answer your questions, but you don't like my answers, so you all unfollowed. I don't care. I don't earn any money on X. Makes no difference to me. In fact, that once you unfollow, all the nonsense goes away and I start to grow again. But all the Zebec army are not with the Zebec haters. In fact, one of our members here is a Zebec investor and he's still with me. He gets the technology, as do I. Once the management get changed, he just said this. Look at this. This was Crow, super chatted me. Zebec Army here, still here for you. Isn't that wonderful? Lots of people are still with me because they want the facts. Now, you might notice that XRP, one of our favorite cryptos, which is also in the payment sector, it just keeps going up. We like it. And I got an XRP special today predicting that this is going to go a lot higher. The XRP army doesn't just turn on you when you say something bad about something. They want to know. The Zebec army, on the other hand, they get all angry, but only the haters. As you can see here today, Crow265 is in Zebec and he loves it. The technology is great. The management, not so. So that's all I've said to you. I believe in excellence and you should have a certain way of going about yourself. And if you don't, it changes. And sadly, it changed for me. And I told you it changed and I shared it with you. And rather than buying the dip and actually gaining more Zebec, what did you do? You pumped it on the cans event and then sold it again. So you don't have faith. You did that for yourself. And by the way, as a test, I want to show you that I have no power whatsoever to be able to move Zebec. Because yesterday, live on the show, for a test, I did a 140,000 margin trade to see what would happen with Virgin Galactic. It's a similar market cap. It's very similar market cap on price, on ticker price action with a Zebec, and nothing happened. It didn't even move. And my army, if you call it an army, followed me as well. So it may have been even more than that, and nothing happened. It didn't move. So we can't move a stock or an asset unless it's really small, like 50 million or 20 million or something like that. So it went down because you sold it. And then when you had the opportunity to make money, you all bought it and then dumped it again. That's why it continues to go down. Sadly, the management aren't looking good. People don't trust the management. So if you like the technology, what do? You buy the dip and you hold, except you don't. You keep selling it. So there's an update for you on Zebec today. I hope you will... Maybe, but I don't expect it. I hope you'll come back into our family where we provide the news, because if you do, you could end up following me from $5,000 to just about $250,000. I've got no options. I've got no trades. Sorry, I've got no margin. I'm making money all the time. I'm beating the market. I'm doing great. And... you know, it's because we just look at the news rather than hoping the news will be what it isn't, and then invest that way, and then get angry when the news goes down and it's not what you want. My XRP investors, right? And that's a much bigger audience. In fact, when we covered the when we covered the event for the XRP Brad Garlinghouse interview on 60 Minutes, we had 130,000 people watch me. And since then, we have said things like XRP can go down. We said you got to be prepared for it to go to 50 cents, but they haven't left. They've increased their engagement with us because they know what they own and they want to hear the facts. Why is it going down? What's going wrong? The difference is I've never said anything bad against the management. Brad Garlinghouse is fantastic. He does a great job. He's a great ambassador for his business, and that's the difference. And if that's the case, I'm going to share it and I'm going to say it. But I'm no longer going to engage with you on X because I've learned that if you have a very aggressive, violent or abusive audience, that if you try and explain things to them, they don't believe you. They'll keep saying, no, you're pumping it for yourself, even though I don't. They'll say you're getting upset because you got your ego bashed. Really, I'm the world piano man. I don't need a crypto gig in France. I've toured all over the world. I've sold theaters out. That doesn't upset me. He's only making money on X with clicks. That's not true. I don't earn any money on X. It doesn't seem to me, whatever I say, to help. So I just stopped engaging. There's no point. You might notice the last 24 hours, I haven't engaged. I'm not going to engage. There's no point. I just get into arguments with people and waste my time. I've got people here who want to actually make money and they want to know what's going on. So you've got a choice. You could actually be in the real Zebec army of investors that want to know what's going on. Like Crow, he even gave me a super chat to say so. Because he makes money. He's not losing his money. Hopefully, he trimmed off and took some profit and at the top and then bought back this dip and now is holding, not pumping and dumping it on the first possible opportunity. Anyway, there you go. If you are interested in hearing what I have to say about XRP today, in about 40 minutes from now, it's 8:17 at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm covering a special on XRP. And I might say some good and bad. In fact, I will say some good and bad. Expect 20, 30,000 people to watch and nobody to shout and swear at me because I say it. It's up to you, folks. The asset is doing exactly what I predict it would do, not because of the technology, because of the management. And then because of you. You dumped it and then blamed me for it. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I shall put the Zebec playlist, and down here, I'll put the event for XRP coming up later. I wish everybody the best. I wish everybody would understand and be calm and be nice. They're just not going to be, so I rest my case. Take care of yourselves and each other.